Welcome to another segment of Credit and Magic 36, where we teach you how to stop struggling and start living. Let me throw this out there, this disclaimer. All of the information that I share is for recreational, educational, and informational purposes only. I'm not trying to tell you to do anything. I'm not trying to get you to do anything. I'm just sharing information, and it's not my intent to give you accounting, financial, tax, legal, or professional advice. Once again, I reiterate, I'm just sharing information, and I'm hoping that you can take the information and test it and experiment with it and see which results you get for yourself. Everyone's situation is a unique situation, special situation. No um, situation is identical. There may be similarities, but the point being is that no one's credit profile, no one's relationship with money is the exact same. So what this channel is about is sharing information to help you become financially literate, to help you get financially educated, and to help you understand the basics and fundamental of credit, what credit is, how it works, what it costs, um, what are the negative consequences for being ignorant and misusing credit, and then what are the positive consequences for becoming educated and using credit wisely. That's what it's about. Everything that I'm dealing with, the information I'm sharing with you, is to help you improve your mindset around money, finances, and credit, to help you become financially educated, and to help you become credit educated or consumer educated. There is no free lunch. Everything costs. You have to have money while you're in this dispensation, or you have to have access to resources in order to live a decent quality, a middle quality of life, or a high quality of life. It all comes down to the information that you have access to and how much time, energy, effort, and investment you put into yourself to becoming educated, to getting access and connections with teachings, trainings, and mentorship. You don't have enough time to figure it out by yourself. That's why I'm sharing this information with you. But you can put in the work and study this information and begin to get integration and implementation with the information to bring revelation that can advance you, that can accelerate your life, so on and so forth. What I'm teaching and what I'm sharing is about improving your mindset, uh, improving your emotional guidance system, improving your belief system, and overall improving your behavior with finance, with money, with credit to enhance your life through enhancing your results. So let's start with one of the books, the Bible, uh, one of many books that we can learn from and apply. Remember, knowledge is not power. Knowledge applied is power. So you knowing this information in your head is not going to serve you. You knowing this information in your head is not going to serve you. You knowing this information in your head is not going to serve you. And another thing, I'm not coming at you from a religious standpoint. This works for people that believe in God. This works for people that don't even believe in God. Um, so I'm not coming to you from no standpoint about religious. I'm coming to you from what it says in the book, and um, if you take the information, learn it, and apply it, what it can do for you. So one of the texts I want to talk about is 3 John 2. It says, "Beloved, I pray above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers." Now we know your soul is your mind, your will, and your emotions. So he's saying, above all things, I'm wishing this for you to prosper. So one of the things is we have the scripture in Timothy, I think it's 6:10, that talks about uh, money is the root of all evil. But I'll give you an example, and you tell me, if there's a single mom that has a newborn baby and she goes to the counter, she's trying to buy milk, Similac, eggs, and rice. and orange juice, and the bill comes to $18. Now you tell me which one is evil. Her not being able to pay the bill and her walking out of the store empty-handed with the baby that's hungry, or her being able to pay the $18 and walk away with the goods and the baby so that she can feed her baby. Which one of those is good and which one of those is evil? So that right there, that clear-cut example that's clearly and conspicuously spelled out for you, gives you the choice, everyone that hears this, to select which choice is bad and which choice is good. Now, we all know in our right mind that the mother needs to be able to feed the baby, so she needs to have the $18. So what's evil is her not having the $18. What's good is her having the $18, purchasing the good, and going on about her business and being able to feed her baby. So money is not evil. It cannot be. And you have to have money to operate in this dispensation. Let's get that clear. Let's be clear. And then we can go to another example. If you have this belief, I just invite you to sit down for 15 minutes with a pen and paper or pencil and paper and ask yourself, if money is evil, why are you going to work, getting on the highway at 7 in the morning to go punch into a physical building and do work for 8 hours to try to get some? So either money is evil or it's not. I believe the money is good. You know what I'm saying? I believe that it can be used for good causes. I believe that it can be used to meet your needs. I believe that it can be afforded to give you good, positive experiences. These are just my beliefs. So you got to figure out what you believe about money, because what you believe about money is going to be an extension of what you believe about credit. You see what I'm saying? So you got to get clear. You got to get the distortion out. You got to get the delusion out. You got to get the illusion out. You got to ask yourself. No, you don't need your mama to ask for you. You don't need your daddy to ask for you. You don't need your boyfriend or girlfriend to answer for you. You don't need your kids to answer for you. You got to sit alone. You got to ask yourself the question, what do you believe about money and what do you feel about money? This is going to help you, because you need clarity around this. You need exquisite clarity around this. You need crystal clearness around this, because this is what's causing you problems. This is why you're sabotaging the money. This is why you never have no money. This is why you tied up in payday loans. This is why you borrowing money from coworkers and family members and you never paying it back, and you're mad at them when you see them. You got to stop that mess. You need to be getting clear about what money represents, what money symbolizes to you, and what money means to you, and what is it supposed to be used for. When you clear this up, this will also automatically clear up for credit so that you can get back on the right track, right? This is holding a lot of people back. This is holding a lot of people back. This is holding a lot of people back. And you need to get clear understanding around this. If you believe that money is evil, if you believe that people that have money is crooks, you believe that people that have money did something illegal or they're holding something back for somebody, you're caught up in erroneous error-based beliefs. You're caught up in limiting beliefs. You're caught up in unbelief. You're caught up in fear. You're caught up in doubt. You just don't have no clarity. So when you get clarity around this, a lot of things will happen for you. I'm just telling you, this is just real. And you don't need nobody to walk you through this. You just need to sit with a clean sheet of paper and ask yourself these questions. What do you believe about money? What do you feel about money? And no judgment, write it down, because you can adjust what needs to be adjusted. You can correct what needs to be corrected, but you need to get your mind clear, and you need to become one with what you think, what you believe, and what you feel about money. This will really, really help you. All right. So he said he wishes above all things that you prosper. So he wants you to advance. He wants you to be able to meet your financial obligations. He wants you to be able to take care of yourself. He wants you to be able to take care of your significant other. He wants you to be able to take care of your kids. He wants you to be able to share the information to build a community of prosperity instead of a community of poverty. Right. So then let's go over here to Ecclesiastes 7:12. It says, Wisdom is a defense even as money is a defense. Wisdom is a defense even as money is a defense. Wisdom is a defense even as money is a defense. So I want you to go read this for yourself. It's in Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 12. All right. So basically, it's saying that money can be a form of protection. So if money can be a form of protection, how can money be evil? It says it. Read it for yourself. Money can be a form of protection, right? You can get the resources, you can get the mentorship, you can get the training with money that you require for any given situation. This is what this is saying. Money is a form of defense. So money is a form of protection. Money is a form of protection. Money is a form of protection. Money is a form of defense, even as wisdom is a defense, right? So wisdom and money go together. So if you're being foolish, right, you're not going to have no money. If you be wise, you're going to have plenty of money, or you're going to have access to plenty of money. You get where I'm going with this? This is powerful. This information brings revelation. The revelation applied brings transformation. All right. Let's go to the Proverbs, where it talks about a rich man leaving an inheritance to his children's children. It's saying that you're supposed to be so blessed that you're not even worrying about the ones that's with you, right? You're planting seeds that are being nurtured, being cultivated, that's being watered for generations that's coming after y'all. So you're not even worried about your children, right? You're worried about your children's children. Not worried, and I mean worried in a positive way. It means that you're setting up success for them, for future generations. All right. So a rich man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, right? I forgot the verse, but I can find it later. Where it talks about the rich rule over the poor and the borrower is servant to the lender. The rich rule over the poor and the borrower is servant to the lender. The rich rule over the poor and the borrower is servant to the lender. So when you're uneducated, right, and you're operating unconscious, this is what's being held against you, your past, and you living unconscious, meaning you being ignorant, not knowing, you being unaware, you not being dialed in, you not being focused, you're not understanding the ebbs and flows of nature, you're not understanding the ebbs and flows of currency, circulation of money, money coming in and money going out, money coming in and money going out, money coming in and money going out. This is impacting you negatively. You're basically being, where it talks about when you were a child, you spoke as a child, but when you became a man or when you became of age, you put away childish things. This is what this is about. This information is coming to you because you're ready for it. It's no coincidence if you stumbled upon this video. You're chosen to hear this information right here, right now. And you're supposed to do something with this information. You're supposed to come of age. You're supposed to become a better version of yourself. You're supposed to put away childish things. You're supposed to become financially literate. You're supposed to become financially educated. You're supposed to become credit educated. You're supposed to understand what credit is, what it means, what it costs, what are the ramifications of it, what are the negative consequences for being ignorant, what are the positive consequences for being educated and operating according to the principles of success, right? This is why you're hearing this. This is why you're hearing this. This is why you're hearing this, so that you can go from being a borrower to being a lender. That's what it talks about in Genesis, right? Deuteronomy 28 says he'll make you the lender and not the borrower. He'll make you the lender and not the borrower. I think it's somewhere around verse 12, Deuteronomy 28:12, right? You're supposed to be the lender and not the borrower, okay? This is what it's talking about. You need to come of age, get this education, become financially literate, Continue to grow and expand and accelerate. Become financially educated. Get the basics and fundamentals of credit. Learn how to leverage your debt to acquire assets that can bring in income, that can bring in interest, so that you will be able to get you some toys. You see, there's a different mindset between the poor, the middle class, and the rich and wealthy. See, the poor thinks that money is for buying stuff, accumulating stuff, and hoarding, right? Middle class thinks that it's to keep your credit score good so you can go out and get stuff that you can't afford. And then they end up coming to pick it back up in 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, right? You go out there and you get your car, you know what I'm saying? Your rent's $1,200. You go get a car that's $950. How you gonna pay for that? You don't bring home enough after taxes. Wasn't a good decision. You wasn't sober. You wasn't focused. You wasn't aware. You was unaware. You weren't diligent, right? You didn't do your due diligence. You didn't do your research. You know you can't afford a $950 car. $950 car, you're going to have $350 insurance. That's the same as your rent. You can't pay double your rent. You can barely keep your electric on. So it don't make sense. You got to live within your means. You got to invest in yourself. You're the asset. You're the source. You're the power. You got to educate yourself and then be resourceful, even without resources, through educating yourself, acquiring the knowledge to get assets. Then over a 2-year period, 3-year period, 5-year period, you create an extra stream of income. Now you can go out and get you a toy, whatever that is, whether that's your favorite car, maybe it's a boat, maybe it's a Harley, maybe it's a Rolex watch. I don't know, whatever it is, whatever you desire, you can have it, but you got to take the right steps to acquire it so that you can keep it. You got to take the right steps so that you can acquire so that you can keep it. You got to take the right steps so you can acquire it so that you can keep it, meaning that you're experiencing relief, you're experiencing peace, you're having it without struggle. That's what this is talking about. It's not talking about going and having it temporarily. So in 3 months, you're trying to borrow money from everyone so that you can make the payment. No. That's not what this is talking about. It's talking about educating yourself, operating in the principles, because the principle is the law that governs. It works for all people in all places and all times. It's not aware of your color. It's not aware of your level of income. It's not aware of your past. It don't care. Whoever operates the principle gets the success. That's what this is about. Let's go further, right? In Psalm 68:19, it says, "Blessed be the Lord my God, who daily loads me up with benefits." God don't load you up with no struggle. Source does not load you up with struggle. The universe does not load you up with struggle. You know what I'm saying? It's giving you more than enough. It only knows abundance. It only knows increase. It only knows promotion. It only knows wealth. It only knows opulence. It only knows increase. It only knows surplus. So you've gotten some things mixed up. That's why you got to get clear, right? You got to go from mindset offset to a mindset reset to mindset onset and become aware that you are the source and that all good things are made for you. But you got to get a routine. You got to develop the mindset, right? The emotional guidance system and the belief system and the behaviors that's commensurate to acquire the material things that you want to acquire and the maturity to be able to keep them, right? To maintain and sustain the material things. You want to be getting things to have them temporarily, so you can go to the club 3 or 4 weeks in a row and look like the man or look like the woman. No, right? You sign in a 5-year contract, a 6-year contract, 60 months, 72 months, 84 months, 96 months. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to count the costs. You got to be able to walk that out. And you ain't going to be able to walk it out by faith. Them people want their money. They want their payment when it's due, right? So this is why you got to get the information, right? You got to get the repetition and application of the information to bring the revelation so that you can enter into the transformation, your manifestation. And then when you get the manifestation, don't lose it. You got to be able to keep it. You got to be able to maintain it. You got to be able to sustain it. This is what this is talking about. All right. Money is not evil. All right. In Deuteronomy 8:18, it says that he's giving you the power to get wealth. If it was evil or you weren't supposed to have it, why would he give you the power to receive it, to walk in it, to live in it, to experience it? All right. So this is what I'm talking about. We got to get clear. We got to get crystal clearness in our head. We got to get exquisite clearness in our head about this thing called money, the representation, the symbol of money, paper notes, credit. We got to get understanding about the basics and fundamentals of credit. What is credit? What does it cost? What is the interest on it? What is the finance charge for receiving it? What are the negative consequences if you don't do right? What are the positive consequences if you act wisely? If you're frugal, you make mature decisions. This is what this is talking about. Money is neutral in and of itself. Credit is neutral in and of itself. It's what the person does with it that makes the determination on whether they use it wisely, accurately, or inaccurately. There's positive and negative consequences. You know what I'm saying? And the score is irrelevant. You don't want to just have a score. You want to have a strong profile, 12 to 15 accounts, 20 accounts that show that you're making payments, timely payments, meaning before time or on time on a consistent basis. Because what are the financial institutions looking for? They're looking for your ability to pay back. They're looking for your willingness to pay back. How can they find this out? By looking at your consumer report, looking at your track record, right? How did you pay? How did you perform? How did you pay? How did you perform? How did you pay? How did you perform? That's all they care about. It's risk mitigation. It's your risk score. It's how long have you been handling debt? How well did you handle debt? How willing are you to pay back? This is what they're finding out, right? And they're just minimizing their risk. And they're only going to take the level of risk that the previous financial institution gave you. If the previous financial institution only gave you 2,000, they're probably going to give you 2,000 to 2,500, not more than 3,000, because they are going to minimize their risk, especially if you have a low score or thin credit file, because they are banking on how many high interest payments can they get before you crap out. You know what I mean? They want to know, are you gonna, if you lose your job, are you still gonna try to pay your bills? Are you gonna communicate with them? So on and so forth. So they want to know, can you handle debt? How long have you been handling debt? What do you do when the pressure come on? Are you going to run out on your debt if anything adverse happens? This is what they're trying to find out. So this has been a powerful video sharing on money, right? The representation and symbol of money, floating rate notes, credit, access to resources, lines of credits, credit cards, personal loans, business loans. They just want to know, are you in integrity? Are you going to honor your word? Are you going to protect your reputation? Because all your consumer report is your reputation on paper. Do you look good on paper? Do you look good on paper? Do you look good on paper? Your payment history is how you have performed previously, right? That gives them, in a nutshell, how you're going to perform now and how you're going to perform in the future, right? This is what this is about, right? I'm talking about financial literacy, financial education, and credit education, consumer education. I'm sharing information. This is for informational purposes, recreational purposes, educational purposes. I want you to take this information, test and experiment with it, see what adjustments you can make in your life. Can you evolve into the next best version of yourself? I'm not trying to get you to do anything. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm just asking you to take this information, integrate it, implement it, appropriate it, do something with it to help you change your life. This is what everyone's using. that are succeeding. They have this information and they're using it day in and day out, and they're enhancing, they're improving their lives, they're improving their results, they're improving their quality of lifestyles. And that's the same thing I want you to do. It's all about financial literacy, financial education, credit education, consumer education, right? You getting a new mindset, you developing a more mature emotional guidance system, you developing a better belief system, and you